Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Today, we bring you critical updates on the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region, where Amhara Fano forces are engaged in intense battles with the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, on multiple fronts. We have received invaluable information from reliable sources, which we'll be sharing in this video. At the forefront of these developments is the recent expansion of hostilities by the Amhara Fano forces, who have opened a new war front in southern Wollo. The conflict in the Amhara region, which had already seen its fair share of violence and strife, has now entered a new phase characterized by heavy fighting in and around several key cities in southern Wollo. The epicenter of this intensified conflict appears to be the cities situated along the strategically significant A2 highway. What makes this escalation particularly alarming is the Ethiopian government's response. According to the latest reports, the Abiy Ahmed administration has taken the step of deploying additional divisions of Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, to southern Wollo, bolstering their ranks with heavy weaponry, including tanks. These reinforcements, concentrated notably in the city of Kombolcha within southern Wollo, indicate a significant shift in the dynamics of the ongoing conflict. It is evident that the government is committed to addressing the challenges posed by the expansion of Fano forces into this region. As Fano forces make their presence felt, there are reports suggesting their intent to penetrate the main cities of southern Wollo. These cities, crucial to the region's stability and well-being, include Weldia, Dessie, Kombolcha, Wuchale, Shiwarobit, Debre Sina, and Debre Birhan. The presence of additional ENDF soldiers, armed with advanced war equipment, particularly in Kombolcha, underscores the gravity of the situation. The battles raging in various areas throughout southern Wollo are characterized by their intensity and ferocity. One of the most concerning developments is the infiltration of Fano forces into Wuchale, a city strategically positioned along the A2 highway in close proximity to Dessie. Reports indicate that Fano forces have not only entered Wuchale, but are actively engaged in fierce combat within various parts of the city. There are even reports suggesting that certain police stations in the area have come under the control of Fano forces, further complicating the situation. A previous update highlighted the audacious move by Fano forces to enter and secure Hike City, also located on the A2 highway and within the confines of southern Wollo. The capture of Hike City represented a significant milestone for Fano forces and demonstrated their growing influence in the region. This strategic gain has undoubtedly contributed to their ongoing advance within southern Wollo. The significance of these developments cannot be understated, particularly when considered within the broader historical context of the conflict in the Amhara region. During the earlier phases of the Tigray conflict, Tigray Defense Forces, TDF, had successfully penetrated the Amhara region, eventually capturing Weldia city. Their advance continued along the A2 highway, resulting in the capture of key cities such as Dessie, Kombolcha, Wuchale, Shiwarobit, Debre Sina, and Debre Birhan. Control over these areas along the A2 highway was instrumental in shaping the course of the conflict. Now, with Fano forces attempting to gain control of Dessie, a pivotal city on the A2 highway, the implications are profound. Should they succeed, it could significantly alter the trajectory of the ongoing conflict, potentially making further advances for Fano forces more attainable. Apart from this, the emergence of compelling evidence from the Amhara and Oromia regions of Ethiopia, as well as from the nation's capital city of Addis Ababa, has compelled the Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention to reach a deeply disconcerting conclusion. There exists a disturbingly strong probability that the Amhara people are presently ensnared in the throes of an active genocide, one that appears to be orchestrated by elements within the Ethiopian National Defense Forces in conjunction with various armed Oromo factions. This distressing revelation underscores a tragic continuation of a grim narrative following the genocide perpetuated against the Tigray people in northwestern Ethiopia, a heinous chapter that remains ongoing and continues to unfold in the form of relentless forced displacement from the Western Zone and an appallingly inadequate provision of even the most basic necessities to the afflicted population. This seismic humanitarian crisis, characterized by the systematic and widespread elimination of the Amhara people, presents a harrowing echo of the atrocities that have come to define Ethiopia's recent history. The sinister parallels between the ongoing horrors against the Amhara and the earlier atrocities committed against the Tigray population serve as an ominous reminder of the deep-seated instability that plagues this once thriving nation. The Lemkin Institute's conclusion regarding the Amhara genocide is grounded in an extensive body of evidence that paints a chilling picture of the atrocities being inflicted upon this historically rich and diverse ethnic group. Reports of mass killings, sexual violence, arbitrary arrests, forced disappearances, and a relentless campaign of terror have all contributed to a mounting pile of evidence that can no longer be ignored or brushed aside. What makes this situation even more alarming is the apparent involvement of elements within the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, an entity that is ostensibly charged with safeguarding the nation's security and protecting its citizens. The fact that the very institution entrusted with maintaining order and ensuring the safety of the populace may be complicit in such grave crimes against humanity is a stark betrayal of the principles upon which nations are founded. Furthermore, the involvement of armed Oromo groups in this genocidal campaign further exacerbates an already volatile situation. It underscores the multifaceted nature of the conflict, which threatens to engulf large portions of the country in a whirlwind of violence, displacement, and suffering. The Oromo, one of Ethiopia's largest ethnic groups, have a pivotal role in the nation's stability, and their participation in such acts of violence compounds the complexity of the crisis.